What's this going to be for the region?
My apologies. North.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most hilarious and weirdest incidents to be caught on live broadcast.
We are back at 7 tomorrow night. Until then, that is Channel 4 News.
Number 10, enjoying the ride. In 2019, BBC journalist Tom Brooke was in Mumbai, India for a special episode of his Talking Movies show.
Streaming services are changing the movie business in many different parts of the world, including here in India.
But instead of listening to Brooke talk, something far more bonkers caught our attention. The reporter was being driven in a rickshaw and speaking to the camera when a man on a scooter appeared in the background.
From me, Tom Brooke, and the rest of the production crew here in Mumbai, it's goodbye as we leave you with a clip from Gully Boy.
What made the bystander stand out is that a white dog was holding onto him nonchalantly with his front paws, seemingly enjoying the scenic drive. The canine's posture and poise on the scooter was quite impressive. To make matters even more amazing, social media discovered other videos of the same pup during that fateful journey. Number 9, multitasking failure. We get it, life is busy, and sometimes we all get caught with our noses buried in our phones.
But smartphone users walk with their heads down. They have no clue what's going on around them.
Let's just make sure we're not on live television when we do it. During this unfortunately serious news story about a financial deficit in Ontario, one unlucky pedestrian made that exact mistake. The tumble is enough to inspire onlookers that are standing from several gallops away to run to her side.
If they were delivered efficiently or not, if there were duplications or not.
What's particularly hilarious is that the newscaster remains completely oblivious. He either doesn't hear any of the commotion behind him, or he's just really committed to the story. Any way that you look or don't look at it, both of these people are a lesson in minding your surroundings.
Always mind your surroundings.
Number 8, who secures the security? We've all had accidents at work.
Hello? Can I get some help? Snack-related mishap.
But not many of us had them broadcast to millions around the world. Unfortunately, that's what happened to one security guard in 2018 when Fox Sports covered the post-game of a Washington Nationals game. As the broadcasters chatted, a Bryce Harper fan snuck into the background to showcase his love for the player with a tiny t-shirt.
Another power display by your Atlanta Braves, and of course we have a situation where we're going to get you downstairs now.
The fan quickly left as security approached, but he easily escaped since the guard tripped and went straight down into the ground. The guard quickly slinked off the camera, seemingly unhurt, except for his broken pride.
Ow, my pride.
Number 7, Money Mop. A man attending the Galway horse racing in Ireland in 2013 stole attention with his expensive reaction to a mundane event.
There he was in the background of an interview taking place at a horse race in Ireland.
As Barry Orr was being interviewed, rain was steadily coming down. Among the small crowd that had gathered stood one man who realized his face was covered in water. So he searched inside his pocket for something to dry off. Probably a handkerchief, right?
When you're wet or sweaty, this is how most folks mop up.
Nope. He seemingly grabbed a €50 note worth a little over $50 US to mop up his dripping face before putting it back in his pocket. The casual use of cash definitely raised eyebrows. Additionally, some wonder why the man didn't use that money to buy an actual handkerchief.
The guy who used a euro note to mop up raindrops could have left his cash in his pocket if he had supporters like Mitt Romney did.
Number 6, cold plunge. Cell phones, walking, and water are a terrible recipe.
A woman is at the mall texting someone, doesn't notice the giant fountain right in front of her, topples right in. Fortunately, she wasn't hurt, at least not physically.
In 2014, that mixture claimed another victim. MTV Lebanon was conducting an interview at a dock. At the same time, a bystander stepped up to either grab a pic of the crew, the water, or just a selfie. In the end, he only captured a very wet photo. The bystander ended up stumbling off the dock and plunging into the water below. Both the crew and the man giving an interview seemingly remained unfazed during the unexpected dive. While the bystander did hold onto his phone, there's no word if it survived the plunge.
Watch the guy taking the selfie.
Number 5. Last minute celebration. It can be hard to hide your excitement when your team wins a game at the last minute.
Things like that for at least, what, 2 months?
Channel 4 staff saw this firsthand in 2023. As anchor Karen Jenkins was coming to the end of his broadcast, reporter George Ingalls was in a newsroom in the background watching an intense game.
Well, that's all we have time for this evening. We are back at 7 tomorrow night.
Arsenal was facing Manchester United in the English Premier League. Near the end of the game, it was 1-1. But the Gunners fired in 2 goals to win the game 3-1.
Find Jesus! Oh, Gabriel Jesus! Back from injury, back with a bang, and that is the icing on top of the cake.
Ingalls' passion-filled and fist-pumping celebration was caught on Channel 4 in all its glory. As a funny follow-up, Ingalls owned up to being a scene stealer on Twitter. Number 4. Exaggerating the weather. If there's one thing you expect from the Weather Channel, it's that it accurately reports on the forecast.
Power outage numbers are mounting here. The rain is intense. We're not only under a hurricane warning, but also a flash flood warning.
But something strange was afoot when reporter Mike Seidel was covering Hurricane Florence in North Carolina. On camera, Seidel was seemingly battling the elements that nature was throwing at him. He heroically delivered his coverage while struggling to stay on his feet.
I don't have communication anymore, so
Suddenly, 2 men wearing shorts were seen enjoying a leisurely yet wet stroll in the background. Either they were both built differently, or Seidel was being a bit dramatic. The Weather Channel later stated the weatherman was having trouble with the wet grass and was exhausted.
It's important to note that the 2 individuals in the background are walking on concrete while Seidel tries to maintain his footing on wet grass. The spokesperson goes on to say Seidel was exhausted after reporting on air until 1 a.m.
Ultimately, it's up to you to decide whether Seidel was overselling the storm or not. Number 3. Flower power. Sometimes you really need a drink of water.
Drink up, Judah Ben-Hur.
You truly are the King of Kings.
Excellent.
But not many of us have done what Frank Treese did to quench his thirst in 2014. As politician Patty Kim was celebrating a big win, ABC 27's Dave Marcheski was reporting from a bar in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Behind him sat a man named Frank Treese.
Hey guys, Kim says she has 2 more years to fight under that green dome, which is visible right here at Cafe 1500 in Midtown, where the victory party has died down a bit.
After the seated patron was spotted eyeing a flower vase in one moment of footage, the camera cut away to B-roll. When the camera returned to the reporter, Treese was seen picking up the vase, smelling it, and drinking its water.
Kim asked her and her supporters to say a prayer for Gina Roberson, who remains hospitalized for a stress-related illness.
The reported employee for CBS 21 was seemingly impressed by the flowery flavor as he raised it to the camera and tried it again. Number 2. Creepy Cane. It's not every day that a sports broadcaster lets out their inner Hannibal Lecter.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Then again, not every reporter is Rich King. He was attending an interview with Chicago Bears icon Matt Forte after they beat the New York Giants in 2013. In the background, King stared a hole through Forte with a harrowing and unblinking expression.
Moving the ball, kind of, keeping good time of possession and not having any turnovers out there.
If that wasn't unsettling enough, the reporter began slowly licking his lips over and over again. King's explanation for the bizarre behavior made things even weirder. According to him, he said that some old physical issues put him into a weird position that prompted the expression. Whatever the reason, we can't forget this awkward and funny moment.
Man, when you have an awkward position and you got a sore neck and a sore back, what happens is I guess you contort your face like I did. I don't know what I was doing, but I was totally unaware of it. I mean, I didn't realize what I was doing,
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The perfect video bomb. If appearing in meetings remotely has taught us anything, is that Robert Kelly's infamous incident can easily happen to anyone.
Scandals happen all the time. The question is, how do democracies respond to those scandals?
And what will it mean for the wider region?
In 2017, the political analyst was speaking from his home office to BBC News about the impeachment of then South Korean President Park Geun-hye. But his children didn't want him to do it alone. Like a comedy sketch, his daughter first strutted into the scene. His baby son rambled into the room shortly after.
Pardon me. Pardon me. My apologies.
Within moments, Kelly's wife Kim Jong-un skittled inside to try to get the kids out as fast as possible. But she couldn't move fast enough to prevent the video from going viral. Fortunately, the family was in good spirits about the live TV mishap after it happened.
It's been pretty unreal. We didn't really expect any kind of attention like this at all. We certainly never had anything like this in our life before.
What's the funniest thing you've witnessed in the background of live TV? Let us know in the comments down below.
People are like, what is happening? It is incredible.
Then all we have to do is die. Die? I don't want to die. What, you'd rather hang around here for a few more years? No, we don't even know if we can die. All right, but what if we can, and then the arch thing doesn't work?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest things to ever happen in the background of movie scenes.
Selecting a bagel. Act super normal.
For this list, we'll be looking at the best intentional jokes and gags that have been left in the background of films by filmmakers. We're excluding Easter eggs and funny background mistakes because there are enough of those for another list. If you think we've missed a good background gag, be sure to let us know in the comments below. Number 10. The Sneaky Selfie. Avengers: Age of Ultron. Taking this spot is everyone's favorite billionaire, playboy, and philanthropist, Tony Stark.
I might need to visit Oslo. Find our unknown.
During the Avengers' pursuit of the evil robot Ultron, he heads up to the Nexus Internet Hub in Oslo, Norway, where we catch two young computer scientists trying to sneak in a selfie with the billionaire whilst his back is turned. If you're paying attention to the foreground, you likely didn't see this the first time around.
I just pay for everything and design everything and make everyone look cooler.
But it's not a surprising action on the employees' parts, considering the level of celebrity that the Avengers have in the MCU. However, you should always ask before snapping a selfie with someone. It's just polite and stops you from looking like a creep, even if that someone is Iron Man.
Iron Man's the one he's waiting for.
That's true.
Number 9. Eavesdropping and a not-so-subtle getaway. Local hero. In this Bill Forsyth 1983 comedy, we see Peter Riegert play Mac, who is an up-and-coming oil executive. Mac is tasked with traveling to a small Scottish village named Fairness to buy the village people's land for his company. Despite his initial reluctance, the young exec discovers a new lease on life through the village people's simpler small-town ways. In a pivotal scene in the film, we see Riegert alongside a young Peter Capaldi as they discuss the sale of the village with a local reverend, only to have the entire village's population eavesdrop on the conversation.
But news does tend to travel fast around here.
Hilarity ensues when the town tries to make an incognito getaway, though this doesn't go smoothly, despite their best efforts.
It's a crime.
Yeah.
Number 8. Pig Explosion. The Lego Movie.
Your robots are no match for a master builder, for I see everything. My eyes.
In Phil Lord and Christopher Miller's The Lego Movie, the film's heroes must stop the tyrannical Lord Business and his lieutenant Bad Cop from gluing their worlds according to his plans. The directing duo's work is filled with a high level of attention to detail and visual comedy, as well as smart background gags. And this film is no exception.
Whoa, are we inside my brain right now? It's big. I must be smart.
I'm not hearing a lot of activity here.
At one point, Emmett finds himself, along with Wildstyle, Vitruvius, and a cute Lego pig, being chased by Bad Cop and his forces. Unfortunately, when they crash into a speeding train, the pig falls to a grisly death and turns into a pile of sausages in the process. It's a dark joke to be sure, but one that happens very fast. This is still a kid's movie after all.
You're a very perceptive person, Superman.
Number 7. The Drunk Nun. Dogma.
Let me get this straight. You don't believe in God because of
Alice in Wonderland?
In one of the darkest entries on this list, we see Matt Damon's character Loki speaking to a nun while at the airport. With Loki being a real-life angel, they surely have much to discuss. However, the scene takes an unexpected turn when Loki convinces the nun to abandon her faith in organized religion and/or God. It's not too long after that we see the nun again, but this time she's stumbling drunk out of a bar. It seems that she's taken Loki's advice and turned to drinking to either seize life's moments, deal with the existential crisis she is going through, or both. While we don't see a resolution to this story, it's clear that this character won't ever be the same again.
Let it never be said that your anal retentive attention to detail never yielded positive results.
Number 6. Hans's name. Fast 5.
Han, you're up.
Sure. Nothing like the easy stuff.
In the 5th installment of the Fast and Furious franchise, we see an almost superhero-style team-up featuring many of the previous movies' casts. The fan-favorite character in this lineup is arguably Han, played by Sung Kang. Han first appears in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, but 2 movies later, we see diplomatic security service agent Luke Hobbs trying to get info on Dominic and Brian's crew. Hans' full name is listed on screen as Han Solo, which is clearly a nod to Harrison Ford's Star Wars character.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon.
Though it's implied that this isn't his real name but merely an alias, with Han Lue being generally accepted, this link between the Hans likely hasn't been lost on fans, who've surely found it both confusing and amusing.
We can do this.
Can't. I mean, shouldn't.
Number 5. The Writings on the Wall. Hot Fuzz.
Well, however you spin this, there's one thing you haven't taken into account. And that's what the team is going to make of this.
English filmmaker Edgar Wright's Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy is filled with hundreds of smart visual comedy moments. One of the best of these comes in the 2nd installment of the series, 2007's Hot Fuzz. When entering his new sleepy countryside police station, newly promoted Sergeant Nicholas Angel is introduced to his new colleagues, including Sergeant Tony Fisher. Behind him, we see a whiteboard where several not-so-flattering words are shown. The way he and the words are positioned makes them look like they're actually describing the policeman himself, the truth of which we'll discover later on.
Oh, right. Well, your choice to come down here and tell me how to do my job.
This is truly a well-hidden moment, lasting just a few frames, but it stands as a testament to just how well-made and rewatchable Wright's films are.
Very good. What he said.
Number 4. Bagel Time. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Step 6. I grab a bagel from the cafeteria and run.
In 2018's groundbreaking Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Peter Parker and Miles Morales find themselves attempting to steal data from Doc Ock's office. While trying to make their escape, Miles throws a bagel at one of the pursuers.
Selecting a bagel. Acts super normal.
As the bread product flies through the air, it strikes a scientist trying to pursue them. In a nod to early comic books, we see the word bagel appear above his head, creating a blink and you'll miss it moment of comedy gold. This computer animated flick is filled with these little touches and is partly the reason it was such a commercial and critical success.
I love you. I am so proud of you.
Number 3. The Tale of the Ginger Witch, the Harry Potter franchise.
Look at this. Can't believe it. She's done it again.
In the Harry Potter film series, the filmmakers have left many Easter eggs and small details that give us more insight into the rich and vibrant wizarding world, though this one will perhaps be new to even the most die-hard Potterhead. Throughout the movies, we frequently see newspaper montages used for exposition. Hidden within them is the tale of the Ginger Witch.
Show him. We'll find out soon enough.
She's a hardened criminal with wig theft, a henna explosion, and even a stint in Azkaban prison on her rap sheet. With her list of crimes beginning to rival Lord Voldemort, let's hope she's brought to justice one day.
Justice.
Number 2. Escupimos en su alimento. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. In this classic Will Ferrell comedy, we see Ron Burgundy, a.k.a. the titular Anchorman, feeling threatened by an up-and-coming female anchor, Veronica Corningstone.
You read my news!
I told you that I wanted to be an anchor. I told you that.
I thought you were kidding!
This intelligent battle of the sexes style comedy is filled with many great background jokes. One of the best ones comes moments before Veronica and her friends are about to share a meal.
Have you ever thought about fighting fire with fire?
In order to transition to the scene, we're shown a sign written in Spanish for the restaurant in question, which reads, Escupimos en su alimento. This roughly translated to, we spit on your food in English. It's a great gag for anyone with some basic Spanish, though most, like the characters in the movie, will likely remain oblivious to the joke.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Roadside Interrogation. Men in Black.
You come with me, Reg. And you handle this. What? Me? Yeah, it's easy. You just catch.
This moment can be described as one of complete comedic genius. While Tommy Lee Jones's Agent K questions a friendly alien, we see Will Smith's Agent J simultaneously helping and fighting off a tentacled monster alien who's about to give birth. In the background, it's K's total lack of care juxtaposed with J's complete terror that makes this scene so humorous.
What? You doing fine, Ace?
In fact, it's this straight man / funny man routine, teamed up with the natural chemistry between the two actors, that has helped make Men in Black such a successful comedy overall. Plus, this particular scene ends with a cute alien baby, meaning everyone can go away happy. Well, everyone except Jay, perhaps.
Actually, kind of.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.